Today, we are going to talk about one of the reasons why humans are able to live for thousands of years: agriculture.
The Philippines is undoubtedly rich when it comes to natural resources. We have rice terraces and rich oceans.
Agriculture has different branches, mainly livestock production or animal husbandry, crop production or agronomy, agricultural economics, and agricultural engineering. Livestock production or animal husbandry is a branch of agriculture concerned with animals that are raised for milk, meat, fiber or eggs and other products such as chicken, pig, and cows. The second branch that we are going to talk about is crop production or agronomy. It is the science of dealing with the cultivation of crops and vegetables on a field scale, either rain-fed or irrigation conditions. The third one we are going to talk about is agricultural economics. It is the study of allocation, distribution, and utilization of the resources used, along with the study of production and consumption of foods. The last one is agricultural engineering. It is the area of engineering concerned with the design, construction, and improvement of farming equipment and machinery. Agricultural engineers integrate technology with farming. They design new and improved farming equipment that may work efficiently or perform new tasks. For our next topic, we are going to talk about crops and its classifications. There's food crops, field crops, root crops, feed crops, fiber crops, oil crops, ornamental crops, and industrial crops. There are crops that has different and unique ways to their reproduction, namely sexual and asexual. Sexual means plants that develop from a seed or a spore after undergoing union of male and female gametes. Asexual means plants which reproduce by one vegetative means without union of the asexual gametes. There are crops that uses different method of pollination: the naturally self-pollinated crops and naturally cross-pollinated crops. One of the example of self-pollinated crops is the gumamela. It pollinates itself by catching its own pollen grains. Cross-pollinated crops happens between two crops, which means the other crop pollinate the other crops. Third is both self and cross-pollinated crops. There are crops that has different growth habits, namely herb, vines, lianas, or woody climbing plants, which depend on other plants for vertical support to climb up to the tree. Shrubs, trees, evergreen, which means plants that are maintain their leaves throughout the year, and deciduous, which are plants which shed off or lose leaves annually. Lastly, there are different crops according to their lifespan, namely annual crop, which are the crops that complete its life cycle from germination to production of seed within one growing season and then dies. Biennial crops are plants that takes 2 years to complete its biological life cycle. Lastly, the perennial crops, which is a plant that lives more than 2 years. In conclusion, crops are separated by name according to how long they will last, and here in the Philippines, they are very abundant. That's why people are often reminded to take care of nature, because without it, we couldn't survive. And that's how people survive for thousands of years through agriculture. Time for the next reporter.